In 1937, American teacher Minnie Vautrin had already been working in China for 25 years. At that time, she never imagined that the unforgettable dark moment was about to arrive. On August the 13th, the Battle of Shanghai broke out. Two days later, Japanese warplanes flew over Nanjing. In early December, foreign embassies issued their final evacuation notices, urging all foreigners to leave Nanjing immediately. They warned, if you do not depart now, we cannot guarantee your safety. But Minnie Vautrin refused and decided to stay with the school and the students.
This is my mission. Just as men should not abandon their ships in danger, nor should women abandon their children.
Minnie Vautrin stayed in Nanjing. She served as the acting president of Jinling College. Along with German businessman John Raber and over 20 other foreigners who voluntarily stayed behind, they established the Nanjing Safety Zone International Committee and designated the area near Jinling College as a wartime safety zone. They demanded that both sides in the war regard this safety zone as a neutral area, where civilians entering the zone could receive shelter, with priority given to women, children, and wounded soldiers. On December the 12th, the Japanese army concentrated its artillery and air force firepower to launch a fierce attack on Nanjing. That night, Minnie Vautrin and the teachers who stayed behind had a sleepless night.
We are not sure of the coming days. We are fearfully tired. On almost any occasion, we give forth deep groans of weariness, a tiredness that permeates through and through.
But again, Japanese power was too great, and after a battle lasting but a few days...
On December the 13th, Nanjing fell.
After the Japanese army occupied Nanjing, widespread killings and rapes occurred, particularly targeting women in the city. Nearly 20,000 cases of rape were reported each night, causing great fear among the women. The safety zone became a crucial safe haven for those seeking shelter.
Waves of refugees flooded into Jinling College. The campus was crowded with unarmed Chinese women and children.
At first, Jinling College could only accommodate 2,750 people, but in the end, a large number of women flocked in, reaching a maximum limit of 13,000 to 14,000.
To protect the refugees in the safety zone, as soon as Japanese troops entered, many foreign friends would rush to the scene to prevent atrocities. Minnie Vautrin would be notified about the arrival of the Japanese troops.
Except for lunch, I stood at the college gate, watching the refugees continuously rushing into the campus. Many women looked terrified. Last night was a night of horror, and many young women were taken from their homes by Japanese soldiers. There probably are no crimes that have not been committed in this city today. 30 girls were taken from the language school last night. One of the girls was but 12 years old.
Jinling College, which accommodated women and children, became a target for the Japanese army, with Japanese soldiers coming here every day to capture people. On December the 17th, a group of Japanese soldiers broke in. They insisted that there were Chinese soldiers inside the building and demanded that the door be opened.
I found 2 Japanese soldiers in front of the central building pulling on the door and insisting on it being opened. I said I had no key. One said, "Soldiers here, enemy of Japan." I said, "No Chinese soldiers." Mr. Lee, who was with me, said the same. He then slapped me on the face and slapped Mr. Lee very severely.
In the stalemate, fortunately, the members of the International Committee arrived in time, forcing the Japanese soldiers to leave. However, Minnie Vautrin saw a group of crying Chinese women being shoved by the Japanese soldiers onto the truck.
The Japanese made a trick to keep the persons in charge of the refugee camp at the front gate, while another truck entered through the back door, searching for young women. They eventually found 12 young women and took them away. That day, Minnie Vautrin expressed great regret in her diary, saying that she was unable to protect the women and children, feeling a deep sense of guilt.
The day was the darkest day in Minnie Vautrin's life. She wrote in her diary,
People kneeling at side of road, the dried leaves rattling, the moaning of the wind, the cry of women being led out.
The massacres, brutality, and all the unspeakable horrors seemed like devils roaming the earth, tormenting her as a witness. On April 14, 1940, Minnie Vautrin wrote the last entry in her diary.
I'm about at the end of my energy. I can no longer forge ahead and make plans for the work, for on every hand there seems to be obstacles of some kind.
Due to long-term fatigue and intense mental stimulation, Minnie Vautrin suffered from severe depression and had to return to the United States for treatment. On May 14, 1941, 1 year after she left Nanjing, 55-year-old Minnie Vautrin turned on the gas switch. In her farewell letter, she wrote, "Had I 10 perfect lives, I would give them all for China."
This is CGTN Radio. Hear the difference.